Good evening, Brian. It's really late. So before I left on vacation, we both sort of got out of sync with our video posting and sort of were late or missed things or just got completely out of whack. And at least on my part, after I did post one vlog late, after that I was busy getting ready for leaving on vacation and then was on vacation, so I have not really done anything in the last week or so. I know that we're all behind, so sorry about that. I think as it last stood, I posted a Thursday top 5 a little bit late. Then your weekend vlog was posted on a Wednesday. I was due for a Tuesday or Monday, Tuesday vlog, which I didn't do. You were then due for a Thursday top 5. I was then due for a weekend. You were due for a Monday, Tuesday vlog. I was due for a Thursday top 5. And then now today on October 8th, it would be your weekend vlog. So that's 6 total vlog videos that have not been posted. That's kind of crappy. However, as you know, I was on vacation for a week in Florida at Disney World and Universal Studios, which I'm going to tell you about here in just a minute. So I have probably 5 videos worth of stuff that I can post from there. I was initially envisioning on making a video for each park. I took a lot of footage while I was there. So that's probably what I will do. I don't know if you want to post alternating videos, like I'll post one, you post one, I post one, you post one, or since I have 5 and we need 6 missing, if I want to post 3 or 2 and then you post one and then I post the rest of them. I don't know how you want to do it, but I think after that point we'll be back on our regular schedule. They may not be the same content that we would have posted otherwise. I don't really have any sort of Thursday top 5 material up in here, so maybe if you want me to post like 2 or 3 and then you can post a Thursday top 5 from last week if you have something to talk about for that, and then I could post a couple more, whatever you think is best. So I'm sorry about it being late, but however, I have some fun things to show you from my vacation, so let's get started with that. So the first day we were there, we decided to go to Universal Studios and spend the rest of the trip in Disney World. So this is Universal Studios. It's another big theme park in Florida, and it's definitely themed more around a lot of the movie and TV properties that Universal owns. So a lot of the things are themed. You can see the Despicable Me area right here. It's really neat though. It's a really well done theme park. There's lots of really cool things and style, and the way that everything is themed and decorated is really neat. However, we were pretty much hurriedly rushing through Universal Studios to get to the first area, which is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. In the main Universal Studios park is Diagon Alley, and it is done up just like the way that it looks in the books and movies. It was pretty astounding when you first walk in. This is a main section of it. You can see all of the different shops around. Here's a footage of in one shop after a ride. But it's all done up following the overall style and theming and aesthetic of the movies and the books, and it's really cool. I mean, you really feel like you were in another world. You were in the world of Harry Potter. So that was just fabulous. They did various shows. This here is a show about the Deathly Hallows, the 3 brothers, that fable that is in the series about how the 3 brothers encounter death and each of them gets a thing from death that helps them avoid death for a time. The Invisibility Cloak, the Resurrection Stone, and the Elder Wand, which is a bit of lore from the Harry Potter universe. But the theater show was really neat. It was just there in a square for anyone to come see. They had a lot of different things like that. Another day or another time they had a woman performing in character as a character from the book series. But it was just really amazing to see how everything was so well themed. This is Gringotts here in the background. You can actually see the dragon atop Gringotts there, which occasionally does something that can be a little bit surprising to people in the area. It actually breathes fire. This dragon is huge, and the fire breathing is pretty striking. So you can actually, there's 2 different Universal Studios parks, Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and each of them has their own Harry Potter themed area now. And the way that you can get in between the 2 is by taking a ride on the Hogwarts Express. So there is an actual model of King's Cross Station done up with a platform 9 3/4, as you can see here, that you walk through to board the Hogwarts Express. This is modeled after the train from the movies, and it actually takes you between the 2 parks. It's a really cool ride. There's a bit of things that happen. There's a screen inside that shows you the scenery outside as you drive by, and when you get off, you are in Hogsmeade. I can't remember which of the 2 parks is newer, but Hogsmeade is definitely a really cool area to look at. I think it was the original one that they built. But the theming is just so wonderful. Aside from the bright blue skies and the Florida heat, you really feel like you're in a snowy little village nestled in the mountains near the school. They also have shops here. This is a Honeyduke's shop, which is a candy shop, so not only is the decoration themed, but all of the candy inside is themed based on things that are mentioned in the books and movies as well. You really do just feel like you were in an entirely separate world, and it really does feel real and feel magical. I think Hogsmeade is gorgeous, the kind of buildings they have here. Hogwarts Castle in the background, which looks just epic and really cool. For a book series that was such an important part of my childhood growing up, being in these places was truly magical without it's, you know, it sounds silly or cheesy to say, but it really did feel magical to be in these places that I'd read about and watched movies about for years, to be actually in them for real. There were some other parts of Universal Studios aside from Hogwarts, Harry Potter themed areas. Not that we spent too much time outside of that area, but as you can see here, there is a Jurassic Park themed area. We did ride a King Kong themed ride as well. That was pretty cool, but we definitely spent most of our time in the Harry Potter worlds, both of which were just fantastic. It's hard to capture how cool it was in just describing it, and even with showing you videos of being there, it doesn't feel much like it does to be there. So I would definitely recommend, if you ever get a chance, Brian, going to Universal Studios, especially for Harry Potter Worlds, although I'm sure the rest of the park is great, but that's where we spent most of our time, is just a great trip, especially if the books or the movies have ever meant anything to you. It's really hard to describe the feeling of reading about and imagining this world that was so important to you, and then being able to feel like you're actually there in real life. So Universal Studios, Harry Potter Worlds, both of which were fantastic and a really solid way to start off our trip. So that's all I've got to say about them, Brian, but the next video I will talk about Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. See you then.